Before unpacking your new cellular shade, clear a workspace in front of your installation site. Be sure the area is clean so that dirt or debris will not be transferred to the shade while you're working. Next, carefully open the package and unpack the shade and the parts box. The package should be accompanied by a packing list. Lay out the contents of the package and compare them to the packing list to ensure that you have all the hardware necessary for your installation. Unwrap the shade assembly, but do not unwrap the cords at this time. Also, be sure you have all the tools needed as indicated on the installation instructions. Accurate measurement is a key step when installing side mount shades. First, measure the length of your shade side rails and write down this measurement. Next, assemble the brackets to the side mount. There will be a left and right bracket assembly. Now you'll mark the bracket locations. For a side mount, measure from the floor or the sill to the length of the shade side rails you wrote down earlier. Then add 7/16 of an inch. Mark this location for the bottom of the side rail brackets. Measure back from the front of the window well 1 7/8 inches for a flush mount. Measure and mark the other side of the window well in a similar fashion. Your mounts must be level and aligned for proper operation, so it doesn't hurt to measure twice. Hold the bracket in place and mark the screw locations. Repeat the process on the left side of the opening. With all the bracket locations accurately marked, drill a 1/16 inch hole at each mark. Next, secure the brackets in place. These screws should be snug, but be careful not to over-tighten them. To install the shade into the headrail, begin by laying it on the clean area in front of the window or door opening. Carefully lay the shade assembly below the headrail near the left end. Free the cords from the packaging, paying special attention to unwind them carefully. Lay them out on top of the shade assembly. To make manipulating the shade easier, press the release buttons and spread the fabric slightly. With the wheels in place, align the headrail with the shade assembly and carefully guide the carriages and wheels into the appropriate channels of the headrail. Be sure the cord does not become tangled during this process. Take your time with this step to ensure proper alignment of all the wheels. As you finish sliding the shade onto the rail, be sure the cord does not tangle in the carriage mechanism. Next, you'll secure the left end plate using the 2 screws provided. Be sure the cords move freely and are not caught between the end plate and the screws, or the end plate and the headrail. Snap the left plastic end cap over the left end plate. At the opposite end of the headrail, grasp the end plate and ensure that the cords are not twisted. If the cord proves to be too short, check to ensure that the metal cord tension plate is located against the lock collar. Guide the cords into the headrail and thread them into the grooves provided. While holding the right end plate, slide all of the cord retainers onto the first tab behind the front of the headrail and space them evenly along the headrail. You may need to use a screwdriver or similar tool to reach into the headrail to guide the retainers along the rail. Secure the right end plate just as you did the left, then snap the right plastic end cap over the right end plate. Now you'll mount the headrail into the brackets. Align the back of the headrail with the slots on the back of the brackets and rotate it until you hear it snap into place. To equalize cord tension, Press the release buttons on the handles and carefully open the fabric to its full width. Also, check to ensure that the cord retainers are evenly spaced inside the headrail. This completes the installation process. Be sure to press the release buttons whenever you operate the shade. This will ensure that the cords maintain proper tension during operation. And finally, be sure to keep the installation instructions in case you have to make future adjustments to your shade.